I've realized recently that the universe gives me opportunities to hone my skills and to trust my intuition, trust my gut, trust myself. And I was at the coffee shop today. It was a writing day. It was you can't keep this truth in anymore, Leah. You got to write it out, get it down on paper, talk about it, something, anything. So I hunkered down at the coffee shop, and I was there until I wrote my truth down. And at one point while I was writing, I looked up, and a man was staring at me, and we made eye contact, and I just kind of smiled and looked back down, kept writing. But it threw me so much because I felt like my body felt uncomfortable when we made eye contact, and I wrote about it. And I wrote that it threw me off of what I was writing, and I didn't like the way it made me feel. So I wrote about that, and then the man sat down at a table next to me, and when he passed by, he heavily sighed, just like he was annoyed. And just like, Jesus, bro, just don't be heavy sighing around me. And I wrote about that, and I was like, I wrote, are we at that level now? Like, am I at that level now where my reality is mirroring what is happening inside me? Because at that point, I was a little frustrated, annoyed with myself, because I was beating around the bush. I wasn't writing about what I intended to write about. And anyway, I wrote, I know that man sighing had nothing to do with me. It did make me uncomfortable. I did feel uncomfortable. Anyway, I kept writing. And then when I was finished writing, I went on the rest of my walk, and I was passing a street, and there was a car at the stop sign, and this man that I had seen, that I had made eye contact with in the coffee shop, he was in the car, and his windows were rolled down, and he was trying to get my attention. And I smiled, and I kept walking. This man continued to drive. I saw him. Well, I notice cars. I pay attention. I do pay attention to my gut feelings. And so I registered his car, and I saw him. He pulled into a parking lot, and I don't know, drove through the parking lot. And then I saw him pass me at one point when I was walking down another sidewalk. So I turned down a street, and then when I almost reached the end of the street, he started coming toward me in his car. And then he parked his car and got out and walked toward me with a piece of paper. The paper said, "Smile, you are nice. Please call me," at his phone number. And it said, "I like you." And in broken English, he said, "I like you. And please call me." And he said, I never get to talk to you at the coffee shop because you're always," and he rested his face on his hand. It's like, that's because I'm writing. So this man, his heavy sigh was actually toward me, and he confirmed it. And It felt icky. It felt icky. But it's confirmation to trust your gut, trust yourself, trust your intuition. It's right. Don't let people gaslight you. Don't gaslight yourself. All right.